As much as I would like to believe Gal Gadot's positive attempt at spinning this story, given Warner Brothers' track record, it's hard for me to give them any credit at all. What's up, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue, and once again, we are talking about some negative news in the DCEU. And don't get me wrong, it may not actually be negative when it's all said and done. It may actually be a good thing, and I'll talk about that too. But given Warner Brothers' track record, it's hard for me to really believe that. And of course, what I'm talking about today is the news that we're going to have to wait over a year now to, or delay. It's been delayed over a year. We're going to have to wait that much more time to watch Wonder Woman in 1984. And of course, Gal Gadot announced this on her Instagram, posting this image right here and saying, super excited to announce that thanks to the changing landscape, we are able to put Wonder Woman back to its rightful home, June 5th, 2020, be there or be square. Of course, it's hard to dislike Gal Gadot. She has done an incredible job as Wonder Woman, someone that not a lot of people believed in at first, except for people like Zack Snyder. I didn't even believe in her when I first heard the casting, but she definitely surprised a lot of people, and so did Patty Jenkins, director of Wonder Woman and the sequel that's coming up in 2020 now. So obviously, you know, we were anticipating this movie to come out and be one of the three movies that puts DC back on the right track. And it may very still, DC may very well still be heading towards the right track. We don't know yet. Obviously, we're looking far down the line, but given some of the negative news stories, not just some, a ton of negative news stories in this universe, it really does, for at least the fans who follow on a day-to-day basis, it really does put a really kind of sinking feeling deep down. Now, this is not as bad as news as other news that has come out recently, but again, this movie was one of the movies. This was supposed to be Aquaman, Shazam, then Wonder Woman 2 that put Warner Brothers back on the right track to fixing the universe and kind of righting the ship, so to say. Obviously, I am a big fan of DC Comics. That's primarily the main comics that I read. I read a lot of DC Comics. I read some Marvel stuff, and I've read a lot of classic Marvel stories, but DC characters, the DC characters are something that I am in love with. And I think that while some of them have been done justice on screen, there have been a lot of mistakes and a lot of things that really put the universe as a whole in a negative light. And I hate that because I love a lot of the movies that have come out, or I love aspects of them at least. Of course, I love Man of Steel. I love Batman vs Superman. Justice League was okay. Suicide Squad, like a lot of the things that happened in there in the casting, but of course, with WB meddling and all the drama going on behind the scenes, it is there's just been a whirlwind of negative stories in the past 4 or 5 years. So it's hard to escape that. And when we keep hearing all these delays happen, of course, it's not going to make us feel good. Now, I'm not sure if he subscribes, but in one of my last videos, we did get a commenter, and I'm sorry I'm forgetting your name right now. Definitely a good conversation we had. He was disappointed in the fact that the fans are going so crazy about all of this news that's happening. His point was to just wait it out. He misses the times when fans just went to the movie and judged the movie for what they saw. And I get it. I definitely remember those times. But given that times have changed, and given the internet culture now, and given everyone potentially has a voice now who has access to a camera and the internet, it's just the nature of the industry now that fans are going to be able to react to all this news coming out. So, you know, I get it. I'm one of those guys that is contributing to the conversation and adding my own frustration into it. But again, I have not yet lost faith in this universe, because I have not lost faith in its characters. They have the most iconic superheroes on their roster, Wonder Woman being one of them, and just to hear that this movie's going to be delayed is really a bummer. Now, don't get me wrong, we still got Aquaman, Shazam, they both look great. Obviously, everyone is intrigued about the Joker movie, the standalone Joker movie. So again, not a lot of people know what's exactly going on behind the scenes right now. Walter Hamada, is supposed to be riding the ship, and who knows if this is a part of his plan. Did he want to put a little bit more time between the Joker movie and Wonder Woman? Maybe they're trying to evaluate how good these standalone movies do. Or, like some other pundits may think, maybe this is pushing Wonder Woman down the line so they can kind of figure out how they're going to reimagine the Justice League roster, possibly with Shazam, possibly without a Henry Cavill Superman or a Ben Affleck Batman. Hopefully not. But some people are speculating that. And, you know, you got to take everything into consideration now, given the changing landscape, as Gal Gadot puts it. And, yeah, it's disappointing, but there could be some good things about this. Obviously, I think Wonder Woman, even though it opened, the original Wonder Woman, even though it opened to about a little over 100 million, I believe, it ended up having tremendous legs and ended up making over 800 million. So, definitely a movie that surprised a lot of people, and you know, I remember when that movie was coming out, it definitely had a lot of negative publicity surrounding it, and a lot of rumors behind the scenes that a lot of things were going wrong. But it turned out great. Is it my favorite DCEU movie? No, definitely isn't. Mainly because of the third act and how messy that got. Not only with the CGI, but with kind of the, you know, the dialogue. It wasn't for me personally. I did like the movie a lot. Some of the dialogue bothered me, but I digress. It was a great movie. Again, I'm a big fan of these characters. I'm a big fan of this universe. I want it to succeed, and you know, we just recently got the news that Flash is going to be delayed and we probably won't be able to see the Flash on screen. Earliest probably will be 2021. That's if things go on track, and given the Flash's track record with directors, it may not go on track. So who knows? Who knows what the plan is behind the scenes? Of course, I have not given up faith in this universe because of the strength of their characters. So I'm just worried about what's happening behind the scenes, what kind of decisions are being made behind the scenes. And again, like the commenter in my last video said, studios are trying to make the most money as they can. They're trying to do everything with the best intentions. Or at least that's what he says. He apparently works in the film industry. I'm not sure exactly what he does, but I believe him. You know, and it makes sense. Studios are trying to do everything to maximize the amount of money they can get, and whether that's right or wrong, and in certain situations, that's, you know, up for debate, obviously. But I do believe they want this movie to do good, and I think it can do good, moving it back into the summer slot. But it sucks when we DC fans and movie fans just anticipate a movie and it gets pushed back. And not that it would be a big deal in any other case, but given the track record of Warner Brothers and all this bad publicity they're getting, pushing back movies or announcing movies that not a lot of people were asking for, or maybe it was just me not asking for it, I don't know. Maybe you guys were asking for a Birds of Prey movie. Not that I'm against it, but I just think we need to see our main heavy hitters get their spotlight. We need Flash out there. We need Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, Cyborg. I'm glad Shazam's getting his due, and I'm glad Aquaman is getting his due. But yes, to hear this news again is a little disappointing. Not that it's completely bad, but who knows? We're gonna have to wait till the rest of the details come out. But for now, Gal Gadot trying to spin it in a positive light on Instagram. Whether you think it's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm not sure. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this news that Wonder Woman is being pushed back to the summer. And also, let me know what you guys think on the DCEU. I know a lot of you guys are big fans of this universe, just like I am. How's this universe shaping up for you so far? Let me know in the comments below. Give this video a like if you can, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.